Hi everybody, my name is Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're finding something of value here. I really do. Otherwise, we're all wasting our time. One of the things that I think is really important to point out here is that all throughout the coverage of the bombing of Syria, of Donald Trump's attack on Syria, one of the things that they keep saying over and over again, they keep saying, what did this attack accomplish? And it's really strange because it's so obvious what this accomplished, okay? You have to just look at what it is that's been going on in the news all day long, right? And then all of a sudden that stops. So what is it that the news had been talking about all day since early this morning?
How graphic did you get?
I think as graphic as I needed to be. I started to tell him about the allegation was that he had been involved with prostitutes in a hotel in Moscow in 2013 during a visit for the Miss Universe pageant, and that the Russians had filmed the episode. And he interrupted very defensively and started talking about it. You know, do I look like a guy who needs hookers? And I assumed he was asking that rhetorically. I didn't answer that, and then I just moved on and explained, sir, I'm not saying that we credit this, I'm not saying we believe it, we just thought it very important that you know.
Did you tell him you thought it wasn't true, or you didn't know if it was true or not?
I never said I don't believe it, because I couldn't say one way or another.
How weird was that briefing?
Really weird. It was almost an out-of-body experience for me. I was floating above myself, looking down, saying, you're sitting here briefing the incoming president of the United States about prostitutes in Moscow.
January 27th. At a private dinner in the White House, President Trump raises the issue again.
Says he may want me to investigate it to prove that it didn't happen. And then he says something that distracted me, because he said, you know, if there's even a 1% chance my wife thinks that's true, that's terrible. And I remember thinking, how could your wife think there's a 1% chance you were with prostitutes peeing on each other in Moscow? I'm a flawed human being, but there's literally zero chance that my wife would think that was true. So what kind of marriage to what kind of man does your wife think there's only a 99% chance you didn't do that?
If you guessed Putin having a videotape of prostitutes peeing on Donald Trump, ding, 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 you're correct. That's all that was being talked about all day long, because this George Stephanopoulos interview with Comey was a first thing in the morning, you know, Good Morning America, Good Morning America interview, or actually it's going to be like it's going to air tonight. I guess it's going to be a Saturday night thing, primetime interview. But they did this teaser trailer clip this morning, Friday morning, and that's all that people were talking about all day long was, you know, prostitutes peeing on Donald Trump. Putin has video of prostitutes peeing on Donald Trump, right? And then Donald Trump gives his little speech, we're at war with Syria. No one is talking about prostitutes peeing on Donald Trump anymore. So it's pretty obvious what this attack by Donald Trump accomplished to anyone who's actually paying attention. And I know it's really hard to pay attention because shit happens really fast, but it's just so obvious. And it's just, you know, this is just typical Trump play, man. He's like, oh, look over there. And everybody looks over there. But what really bothers me about this is not the stupidity of the media, because it's not stupid. They're not stupid. They're war profiteers. This is what they want Trump doing. That's why they don't That's why they stopped talking about prostitutes and video, Putin having video of prostitutes peeing on Donald Trump. They stopped talking about that because this is what they want Trump to do. As long as Trump keeps jumping through this, project for a new American century agenda with John Bolton sitting at his side, the media is going to leave him alone. The media is going to start to talk like, well, Donald Trump did the right thing. You'll see today, Donald Trump did the right thing in Syria. He took the... But you'll also see over and over again, they'll say, what did this accomplish? So I thought it was important to discuss that. But again, there's one more thing I want to point out that really bothers me. If this was the entire point, because we all know that the chemical attack in Syria was a staged thing. Even watching the video where they're pouring water on people, oh, we got to get the chemicals off of you. It doesn't look right in any way, shape, or form. It's really poorly staged. And then Trump does this bombing hours before international inspection team is supposed to be on the site where the alleged chemical weapon attack happened. So we got, but what really bothers me, right, is that by doing this, he puts, our soldiers, which he talks about like, oh, I love these soldiers so much. He puts them in harm's way by doing this. He makes the ones that are in Syria 10 times bigger target because they become a bigger priority. We got to hit back at the Americans. You know what I'm saying? He's, oh, I love the troops so much. They're the greatest people on earth. And I just can't wait to use them as pawns to get people to stop talking about how Putin has video of me with prostitutes pissing on me. Okay? That's how much he respects the troops. And that's what really bothers me about this. And that's what I've always hated about Donald Trump. Is because nothing he says is real. Oh, I'm going to pull the troops out of Syria. Yeah, that's what's happening. And I just thought it was really important I point this out because it's so obvious to me, and then you never hear the media talking about it. It's so easy to get caught up in the stupid lamestream propaganda, war propagandist, war cheerleader media. Okay? So, and you guys know I fight for you. I mean, I wish you knew it. I don't know if you know it or not, but I wish you knew it. And, the more support you give me, the stronger I will be, which means the stronger my fight can be for you. So please, if you can, give a little something back to Mox News. I've been doing this for going on 14 years. Over 60,000 videos. For you. To do the right thing for the world. Please help me continue. There's a clickable link in the text body of this video. It will take most people less than 2 minutes to give a little something back to Mox News. You can go to moxnews.com and there's clickable links to do the same thing there. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. Stay cool. Wednesdays, this war is going to end. I guess not with Donald Trump at the helm, though.